should do the hazard identification of KIMS Hyderabad's medical ICU?
Head.
No. End users. End users or the employees who are present at the ground level, they are the apt persons for identifying hazards. For example, in my office, there is a cupboard that juts out of the wall like this. And every day I see my secretary when she is climbing out, as if she is facing the wall and sitting. When she gets up, she will first move her chair back and then she will get up. Otherwise, her head will hit on that cupboard. So every day automatically she is doing the risk control. She is involved. So do you realize what has happened? We are going up a U and coming down. Hazard identification is at the ground level, best at the ground level. Risk assessment is at the managers and admin level, and for implementation you come back to the ground level. So if you have, I don't want you to take any picture, but I want you to take this picture. Because this, if you don't understand this, your hazard identification and risk assessment will remain on a piece of paper in quality department. Is that what we want? Where should the hazard identification and risk assessment scoring be kept? Where should it be kept? In the hazard identification file? In the quality department? Where?
Everywhere.
In the corresponding area. If it is the hazard identification, fixed document like your manual, it is a, what do you say, dynamic document. So reassessment should be there. If there is PP or whatever it is, suppose you have given PP, first we have
చీకట్లోకి వచ్చేసారు మళ్ళీ
is that what is that?
Generally, you give it back to the vendor.
Vendors.
That's the right way to do. First of all, storage is a problem.
Yes.
And then your regular auditing of
that you do, to the treatment that you provide, to the processes or systems that you would have set. For example, when a patient comes into your emergency, do you have a process in identifying, how do you triage, how do you identify which patient need to be taken care of first? Because if you don't have a good assessment process, a good identification process, obviously you may not be able to provide right treatment to the patient who may need it mostly in that golden hour or at that point of time. So it starts from there, right? It starts from making sure it's part of your clinical operations that when you recognize that a particular test,
or as Madam said, confine the fire only to the fire floor so that you safeguard the other floors. Okay? NBC Part 4. I think most of the engineers will know about it. We'll go again.
In settings, you can see the stats.
days here, and you have learned all about risk. And this was a very pertinent chapter, and I thank the hospital, all the participants here, all the leadership team, the quality team, and others who actually thought of bringing this risk thing to the forefront. I just want to conclude by saying two things. So all of you have learned too much about risk, isn't it? So sometimes they say analysis leads to paralysis.